This is Shelley Kraft. We're coming to you live on SNN Live. We're at Biotech Week in San Francisco 2014. I have with me Susanna Zilberberg of BioLight. It's a publicly traded company on the Tel Aviv Stock Exchange. The symbol is BOLT, B-O-L-T. Susanna, welcome to SNN Live.
Thank you, Shelley. Thank you for having me.
It's good to have you. So tell us about BioLight, if you would.
BioLight is an Israeli company that actually implement a very unique strategy of clustering companies around a specific medical condition while interacting with each other in order to encourage innovation.
So you're promoting clustering.
Yeah, absolutely. Cluster is actually something that you hear a lot about, but the implementation is very challenging, and this is something that our industry is suffering from.
So tell me exactly what you do and how you operate in these clusters and bringing them together.
In the last 2.5 years, we created 2 clusters. One of them is around cancer diagnostics, and the other one is around ophthalmic solutions, front of the eye diseases. We have 7 technologies within the cancer diagnostic cluster and 3 of them in the ophthalmic cluster. Actually, if each of the companies is operating as a standalone unit, but they do interact within each other with project manager, R&D managers, and more importantly, the scientists.
So this is a cluster and a development circle, and then they develop the technology for commercialization, correct, for tech transfer?
Absolutely. We do have very early stage companies within cluster, but we also have commercial companies within each of these clusters. So you'll see us doing first steps in the marketplace with each of the technologies that we have in the commercial stages, but you'll see us also very busy with the development efforts in other companies.
You know, what I find interesting is there's so much science in all throughout Israel, and there's so many scientists, and a lot of them leave Israel and come to other countries, Europe, United States. How do you keep them in Israel?
That's very challenging. There aren't a lot of financial resources in Israel, and these scientists tend to go to places that allow them to do the research. By clustering them in groups of cluster, you create the intriguing interactions between them and actually create a share of best practices, which is very intriguing, especially for scientists, but also from a business point of view.
Well, this is a possibility of where scientists that you've brought together into the cluster might have competed against one another when they could have cooperated and developed something that they could all share in. Am I correct?
Absolutely. You won't see competing technologies within our cluster because that will create a silos. So we pick the technologies very carefully. But you do see a lot of intriguing interactions between the scientists, which actually enrich all of them and create a lot of innovation, which is something that our industry is suffering from.
What's your background?
I'm coming from the financial market point of view. I did my share of pharmaceutical in Teva Pharmaceutical for 12 years, and I moved to manage BioLight the last 2.5 years.
So you must be having some fun, technically speaking, from the standpoint of seeing this technology and being able to see the possibilities of the commercialization of some of it.
Absolutely. I think that the real fun is taking a lot of accumulated experience in finance and in commercializing a product and getting into new markets and actually translating it to early stage companies that do not have that. So bridging the gap is a lot of excitement.
So why did you come to San Francisco this week?
JP Morgan is a conference that actually brings everyone in the healthcare industry over here. So that's a great opportunity to meet with investors and with potential strategic partners. Our share is going to be traded here in the U.S. in 10 days as part of ADR's Level 1. We will be traded at the OTCQX. And this is the first time that we actually face the American investment community, which is very exciting for us.
They don't bite, right?
They actually do.
Well, you're putting some BioLight on the subject. Ladies and gentlemen, oh, you know what? Before I forget, let me get your website out for viewers.
It's actually BioLight, which is bio-light. That's it. That's all you need.
Is it .com.il? Is that it?
It's .co.il.
Okay, .co.il. So let me give it to you again. It's bio-light, L-I-G-H-T, .co.il. I got it?
Absolutely. Thank you very much, Ellie.
Ladies and gentlemen, Susanna Zilberberg from BioLight Bolt, B-O-L-T, on the Tel Aviv Stock Exchange. I'm Shelley Kraft. This is SNN Live. We're at the Biotech Week here in San Francisco, 2014. Susanna, thank you for coming on.
Thank you, Shelley. Thank you.